More top stories now. Before you go, a person is recovering in the hospital after a cutting incident. This happened near 33rd and J just after 8:30 last night. We're told the victim's injuries are considered to be serious.
One person is dead after a crash on I-29. According to investigators, a Ram pickup was stopped when a semi slammed into it. The driver of the pickup, identified as 60-year-old Donald Marks, died at the scene.
Well, a person is in the hospital after a crash on I-480. We're told the crash involved a car and a motorcycle. According to Nebraska 511, the scene cleared out just after 7 o'clock last night.
An Omaha police officer is recovering after being hit by an alleged drunk driver. Officer Jason Stinson has since been released from the hospital and is now recovering at home. The driver will be booked once he's released from the hospital.
And there will be a dedication today for the newly constructed Boyd Park complex. The ceremony begins at 5 o'clock. This complex is located just south of 16th and Ames.
Also today, the Scripps National Spelling Bee begins in D.C. Two of the contestants are from Iowa and one is from Omaha. Today's action includes the preliminary round.